Hello, I'm Stan Hall. Welcome to this edition of the Gwinnett Sports Commission's Get in the Game. For everyone who loves hockey or who has ever wished professional hockey had not left Atlanta, we have great news. Atlanta does have professional hockey and has since 2002. The Atlanta Gladiators are a AA affiliate of the Boston Bruins, and they play all of their home games at Gwinnett County's very own Infinite Energy Arena. Joining us today to talk about the Gladiators' upcoming season and tell us more about the game day hockey experience is Scott Henrichsen, president of the Atlanta Gladiators. Scott, welcome to the show and thank you for being with us. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thanks, Stan.
So you're starting the 16th season of the Gladiators. Tell us a little bit about the history of the team.
Sure. The team moved over here to Gwinnett County from Mobile in 2002, and as you mentioned, this is our 16th season. We've been successful on and off the ice. We've had 3 division champions and 1 conference championship during that time.
Right. So we talked a little bit in the opening that you were a AA affiliate of the Boston Bruins. For people who really don't understand that relationship, tell us a little bit about how that works.
Sure. So you've got the Boston Bruins, which is the NHL team that we are affiliated with, and then you've got the Providence Bruins that would be in baseball terms a AAA affiliate, and then we fall underneath that as the AA or the ECHL. And so our players will mostly go up and down between Providence and here. Every once in a while, a guy might make it to the NHL. We had some guys in the Bruins camp this year, and a few guys in the Providence camp.
Is it much like baseball, where most of the minor league teams are affiliated with an NHL team?
For the most part,
yeah.
The difference being between baseball and this hockey is that a lot of our players are on Gladiators contracts, where in baseball they're all on the Major League Baseball contract.
Right.
We have some guys that are on Providence and some guys that are on Boston contracts, and we actually have some guys on Nashville Predators contracts too.
Okay.
So
as we tape this show today, you just started the season, I think, on the 13th of October. Tell us a little bit about how your first game went and what people can expect this year when they come and see the Gladiators.
Sure. I think we did have our first game this last Saturday night. We won, which is a good thing, 4-2, and it was an exciting game to watch. I had the chance to watch it on TV, and what they can expect is the same, which has always been here. It's fast-paced, it's hard-hitting. I think this team will be a lot more skilled than maybe some of the teams that we've recently seen when it comes to puck handling and passing, and just with having Coach Pyle back, it's a little familiarity for folks here in the area, and his style of play is a little bit different than maybe what we've had in the last couple of years.
Well, and let's talk about Coach Pyle a little bit, because I've been around long enough. I remember when he was here the first time.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about his journey from there and then back to you guys again.
Yeah, Coach left, to go for another opportunity in the next level up, which is the AHL, and then he spent some time over in Europe, and he spent some time in the SPHL, which is the lower level hockey than what we are here. But when the opportunity came up and we saw his name come across the board as someone that was interested, we definitely reached out, and fortunately we were able to get Jeff back here to stand behind the bench.
Because he was here for how long the first time?
He was here, he was actually here when the team first moved here, and I want to say he was here for 6 or 7 years, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was very successful, I do remember that.
Taking the team to the playoffs pretty much year after year.
Yeah. So another new thing you have that has nothing to do with the skills that you just talked about, but when you think about professional sports and you think about the people that really sort of urge the fan zone through cheerleading or whatever, you guys are actually bringing in something. So how's that going to work on the ice is what I want to know.
Yeah, well, they'll be on the ice some, but for the most part, I envision the Glads girls is what you're referring to.
That's right.
They're going to be, another element, another entertainment opportunity, a chance for us to reach out to our guests, our fans, in a way that we haven't in the past. They're going to be there welcoming people as they come in the door. Yeah, they're going to do some dance routines. You'll see them on the ice throwing T-shirts into the crowd. You'll see them welcoming our fans at the beginning and saying goodbye at the end. They'll do some routines down in the area where there'll be a stage set up at the end of the ice.
And I feel confident you did most of the choreography for them. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm out there teaching them exactly.
I'll go to see that. Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That would be a sight.
So Scott, you play all your home games at Infinite Energy Arena, and as people who are watching today know, there's a lot of things that goes on in that building, concerts and events. What's that whole transition like when you make it back into an ice rink and putting the ice on the floor of that huge arena there?
Well, fortunately, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But once the ice is in, it's there, and they cover it up for those other events. They put the ice in early this year. They put it in mid-September, And it's been there, but we just haven't had the opportunity to be on it because they've had so many other events there, which is great. The amount of things that they're putting through that building is fantastic, and the construction that's going on and just the way they're working around everything over there. We'll see the ice this Friday afternoon. Is the first time we'll get the chance to see it, and it'll be exciting to welcome fans as they come see us play on Friday night.
And I don't know nearly as much about the hockey division you're in as you do, but I know that you guys play in a really big building.
Yes, sir.
Some of them play in much smaller buildings than that. Is that what's the good and bad of that as far as where you play?
Yeah, I would say, from what I've heard, I haven't visited all the buildings, but we have one of the top 4 or 5 buildings in the league.
For sure.
When it comes to just the way the building is laid out, the way the stands and the concession stands and all that stuff. Do I wish we had a little bit smaller seating capacity?
Yeah.
For this league, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's some nights where we're going to push 9,000, 10,000 people, and we need that capacity. So I love it when it's full. I wish it was full all the time.
Right.
Because that is a rocking place.
Absolutely.
And it can be a lot of fun.
And then, of course, the good news for the folks who come to your games is there's always free parking at the arena, so that helps out a little bit.
Yep, that's for sure.
So let's talk about professional sports. And we find ourselves here pretty deep in the South in the Atlanta area. And I know you're from Boston and you were raised with professional hockey. A lot of folks here who are from the South perhaps were not. So as we continue, even though you're in your 16th year now, but as we continue to bring new fans, what is it that would draw a person to want to come see a professional hockey match who has not seen one before?
Sure. Stan, I think to me it's more about the hockey. It's more about the experience. From the time that they get there and they don't have to pay for parking, to the ease of getting into the arena, to the beautiful arena that we have. You mentioned the Glads girls, the mascots, the promotions. All the stuff that we have going on is very family oriented.
Right.
And there is a hockey game going on. And so if we can get them in for whatever reason and they watch hockey, they become a fan really because they've probably a lot of them have probably never seen it before. So it might be their first opportunity to see just how fast these guys are skating, how hard they're hitting, the constant in and out. And not that, I love baseball, I love soccer, I love football, I love all the other sports, but there's really no sport like hockey where there's no 40-second clock, there's no shot clock, there's no in-between innings. It literally is in and out all the time.
Right.
The guys are jumping out off and on the ice all game long.
Right,
so it's just really fast.
So, and you just mentioned that, and I know you guys are well known for some of the promotions you do. Tell us a little bit about some of the things going on this upcoming season.
Sure. I mean, got all the same stuff we've kind of done in the past. The fun things like Teddy Bear Toss, Star Wars Night. We're doing a Nickelodeon Night this year, which is coming up the weekend of November 17th. We're doing a Marvel Superheroes Night. Just about every night has some sort of theme with it attached to it, and in some cases multi-level themes, so that it might be Nickelodeon Night, but it's also falling on Hockey Fights Cancer Weekend, and who knows, we might have a Latino American Heritage Night going on at the same time, because we have reached out to some markets that we probably haven't reached out to in the past.
Right. I do think one of the good things that the Gladiators are known for in this area is that you guys have constantly given back to the community. I know that you had the Gladiators for Kids Foundation, and you're changing that now to be known as the Atlanta Gladiators Foundation. Tell us a little bit about that whole concept there.
We want to align ourselves with what Gwinnett County is interested in, and we've met with people this last year, and some of the things that we've heard is early education, it's transitional housing, it's making sure that people aren't hungry. And those are some of the initiatives I think that some of the big players in Gwinnett County are really worried about and concerned about and looking to do things for. And so we want to be a part of that. We want people to know that, yes, the Gladiators are a professional hockey team, but at the same time, we care about what's going on right here in our own community. And we want to stretch that to be, Metro Atlanta, really. We want everybody to feel like this is your team.
Right. And you guys have been very successful in your give back. Tell us a little bit about that amount you've given back over the years.
I don't know the specific dollar amount right off the top of my head, but I know that we try to give back as much as we can as to many people as we can. We've again partnered with a lot of new people this year. Anytime we do a fundraiser, we try to give back to schools. We try to do all that we can to help people help their own cause. Everybody has a cause that they're working to try to help, and we want to be a part of that as much as we can.
Well, I'm going to tell you because it's an impressive number, but the Glads have given back to the community approaching almost $500,000 since the 03-04 season, and that's commendable. I'm telling you, that's a big number.
Thank you.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and finish up with a few more questions. We're talking today with Scott Henrichsen of the Atlanta Gladiators. We're going to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Welcome back to the show. We're talking today with Scott Henrichsen, who is the president of the Atlanta Gladiators. Scott, before the break, we were talking a little bit about the history of the franchise and some things you guys are involved in, but let's talk a little bit about that, the corporate side of the business that you're involved in.
Okay.
Your guys are no different than all the professional teams. You've got to have that corporate sponsorship, that partnerships.
Yep.
Being around the Glads, from my experience, I know that Kroger is the one that comes to mind for me. They've always been. Tell us a little bit about that, and then why these sponsorships are so important to the.
Kroger has been a great partner of the Gladiators for, I think, since they started, so 16 years, and they're a great company to work with, just as are all the companies that we work with, big, small, home, mom and pop shops to big corporations. We're just like anybody else, like you mentioned. We need the support. We want to create meaningful partnerships that are good for them and good for us. And we think we've done that. We got a lot of new ones this year. So I think people are going to see that we are continuing to reach out to people in the community and try to create these meaningful partnerships that last beyond the hockey season.
Right, and for people who are maybe watching this show today and have an interest in it, there's a lot of opportunities for that brand exposure, corporate exposure.
Yep.
I know that you have names on the ice. What are some other opportunities that are available there?
Stan, it's the same thing I'll tell anybody that in our first meeting is I've got a packet of like 100 pages that I can show you what your name could be on, but the reality is if you came to me and said, hey, I want my name on such and such, we could do it. The first puck in the stands, the family of the game, you name it, we could promote whatever that business. I try to find out what that business wants to do and what their message is and try to relate it to a hockey event.
Absolutely. So, Scott, we're getting ready to, as you said, we've got one game under our belt that you won, and we're getting ready to kick it up. So what are some of the exciting things that you're looking forward to this year?
Yeah, I would say, opening weekend is this Friday and Saturday, the 19th and 20th. Friday night being our first game. Saturday night, we've got a great tailgate party going on. And then it doesn't stop. Hockey Fights Cancer weekends, and we've got 11 Alive Friday nights, and we've got Univision Sundays and Kroger Family Fridays, and you name it. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. And as you build towards later in the season, You've got the Marvel night. You've got Star Wars night. Just a lot of exciting things. I'd encourage people to go check out our website and check out the promotion.
And that's what I was going to ask you. People who want to stay up to date with all things Gladiator, what's the best way for them to find
the
out?
best thing to do is to go to atlantagladiators.com and just look at that.
And as far as the ticketing goes, what's the process for people to get tickets to your?
Sure. You can either go to access.com or go to the arena box office and buy tickets there. If you've got groups, we obviously sell group tickets, so call our office directly. If you're looking for season tickets still, we can prorate those. We've got some great packages that are out there, and you're going to see an exciting one come just post soccer season. We got a really cool idea for all those Atlanta United fans that are out there.
Absolutely. Well, it is great family fun. We appreciate you taking some time to be with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on the 16th season coming up.
Thank you,
and
sir.
we look forward to it. Thank you again.
Thanks, Dan.
That's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to know more about the Gwinnett Sports Commission or upcoming sporting events in our area, visit our website at GwinnettSportsCommission.com. Thanks for being with us. I'm Stan Hall. See you next time on